Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading for the middle of April. I hope you guys are having a good day. I had a great day today. Today I saw a miracle that, a long time ago I didn't believe it could happen. And once I started believing it could happen, it happened. So sometimes we just have certain blockages. And sometimes we're just not ready to see certain things. Um, so I'm going to do 2 more shuffles, and then we're going to have your cards out, okay? I went to a drugstore today, and I bought some, they're not Teddy Grahams, but they're like Teddy Grahams. And I bought some of those, and those were good. I'm trying not to have so much sugar, okay? And those kind of help me taper off. Interesting. It's almost like this set of cards, and I don't normally read like this, but it's almost like this set of cards is split up into 2 different people by row, okay? We have the High Priestess of Water, and we also have the High Priestess of Air. And it's almost like for the High Priestess of Water, we got the moon, we got rigid, and we got meditation. You could be dealing with somebody who's very rigid. They have a rigid set of beliefs or practices. If that's not your energy, if you're not the rigid one, but for the High Priestess of Air, we have hope, love, and loyalty. Somebody is very loyal to someone, okay? Somebody's in love with someone and they're loyal to someone. Just a lot of beautiful things going on. I'm going to read the rigid card. I hope this is not your person, okay? Because I see this one crow, right? As somebody who's very rigid. Is there a stone wall that stands between you and the other? Could that wall be inside you? Now is the time to become more flexible and to drop your rigid expectations of yourself and especially of others. Don't be afraid to drop your guard a little too. If you are willing to let others in, you will see a benefit in these connections. Another meaning here is that you recognize the wall that others may have put up. Don't take it personally if they won't let you in. This is their way of coping and it has little to do with you. So you could be putting up a wall to somebody or somebody's putting up a wall to you. And while this person has their wall up, they're meditating. They're off somewhere listening to peaceful music, maybe sitting up or laying down. They're listening to peaceful music. Now with this High Priestess of Air, I have not seen this card before. Somebody's being very logical at this time. Now is the time to think before you act. You are blessed with a wondrous mind and imagination. This is the moment to have reasonable conversations and make calculated decisions. So it's almost like somebody is blocking you and ignoring you. And you're just like, you just want to have a conversation with this person, but they're like ignoring you. And they're being deceptive too, possibly with this moon card. They could be pretending that they don't have feelings for you when they do. There's something they're lying about or being deceptive about, or they're on some sort of smoky moon trail themselves. Okay, they're on some sort of moon trail. It's not necessarily saying that you put them there. I get from this rigid card that it's almost like they put themselves there. Okay, like they put themselves on some sort of smoky moon trail, and they just said, well, I don't know where I'm going, but here I go. And So the moon card is a sign that you must trust your gut. Your instincts and intuition will lead the way through darkness. Sometimes people will say one thing, and you have a weird feeling that they mean something else altogether. You have this power. You're being asked to use it now. Choose another card for a deeper look at what's really going on behind the scenes, okay? And when I put these cards out here, I put out this rigid card, and this is basically what's going on behind the scenes. Like I said, either this person is rigid or you are rigid. And if you are the one that's rigid, that's why they're choosing to ignore you altogether. Now we have hope with card 27, hope. I think your energy is the hope energy. It says, when you choose the symbol of hope, know that no matter what temporary setbacks there may be in your life now, light will return again. Take one step toward your dream. Have hope, and only good will come of it. So it's almost like you're hoping for some sort of love to come in from this person. And maybe you want them to be loyal only to you. You want to be exclusive. You don't want this person to have a lot of options. You feel loyal to them and you want them to be loyal to you. Okay? This card means you are being called to stand up for who and what you believe in. Okay? Sometimes you find yourself in a position where it is difficult to speak up for another person, a cause, or even for yourself. So you may be having problems communicating to this person exactly what you want. And it says, now is the time to be faithful to your best qualities and to leave the rest behind. So, basically, put on your Sunday best with this person, is what it's telling you to do. And this is a true test of character. I know you will choose rightly, stand up for what you believe, and be loyal only to what is true and good. Okay. So for some reason, some of you really, have this belief in loyalty. You believe that, probably some of you believe that people should be loyal no matter what. But it's almost like your person is on the opposite end of the spectrum, and they're the type of person that they're not as loyal as you. Their beliefs and loyalty are not as strong as yours, right? And loyalty can be a good and a bad thing. I think sometimes people stay loyal to the wrong people. Me personally, like, I'm going to be loyal to someone who respects me. And that's because I've been growing and I've been changing and I've been learning about love, and everything that comes into love. And, I know back in the day, I had relatives that were loyal no matter what. You remember how, like, grandma and grandpa never left each other no matter what happened? Like, those people knew about loyalty, they knew what loyalty was. People today don't really have a concept of loyalty. People today have all this social media and Snapchat and stuff like that. And they get on there and they drop their partner like a heartbeat, like they don't they drop their partner in a heartbeat is what I'm trying to say. And it's not like back in the day, when grandma and grandpa were loyal to each other. And it's almost like that's the type of loyalty you want from this person, but you're not getting it because they're rigid, they're unwilling to change. Okay. um And rigidity is not necessarily a good thing. I mean, when you see like this one black bird in the card, it kind of reminds me, of like people who they pass away eventually because their negative beliefs or cynicism may have gotten to them. I mean, everyone's going to pass away, but you get what I'm talking about. Somebody could live a long time, but they're like that mean person down the road that never changed, right? They're like, get off my property type people. I don't know how to describe it, so it's like this person's very rigid and they're spending a lot of time alone to try to let go of you. But it's like you just want more from this person and they're not giving it to you. Let's get some oracle cards out here. So maybe we can get something more positive in this reading, some energy oracle cards to explain the situation better. It's crazy, isn't it? There's some people out there that are really rigid, and some of them are mean, and they like live until their 80s and 90s, and they're so stubborn. Like, you think that they're never gonna go, because they're just so stubborn. And you could be dealing with somebody like that. I mean, I'd hate to be mean and stereotypical, but this person sounds like, the old man down the road that's like, get off my property. That's who they remind me of. And it's funny on TV, right? When we see that kind of thing on TV, it's funny on TV, but it's not funny when they act that way towards you, or when they treat actual real people that way, okay? So this person's very rigid. This high priestess of water is very rigid, and it makes me wonder if you're dealing with a Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, one of the water signs. And it's crazy, right, that they're being so rigid, because water is fluid. You would think that, like, with water signs, somebody would be more fluid and more flexible and adaptable, but that's not what this person is giving you. They're being very rigid, and they're meditating a lot, and I guess meditating is one of the ways that they're able to just let go of anyone over time, is by meditating. And it's almost like this person, they kind of get lost in their own world. And I'm not saying they have like autism or Asperger's or anything like that. I mean, I'm not a doctor, but like, it's almost like they get so lost in their own world. And they feel some sort of connection to you, I'm sure. But rather than face that connection, they'd rather deny it and run away from it. Okay? We get the moon card again. Oh my god, like, this is a moon card in the other oracle deck. Wow. Oh, yep. They're moving on, okay? They're moving on. And if you keep dwelling on this person, this is what they're gonna do, okay? You have an attachment to this person, okay? And an attachment is not love. Even though you got the love card, you got the attachment card, which means you're mistaking attachment for love. Attachment, by definition, is wanting to take care of someone and solve all their problems. Okay, this is not love. This is attachment. You have an attachment to this person, okay? Um, And there's strategy, the strategy card for loyalty. It's almost like you think if you're loyal to them, they'll be loyal to you. But I don't think that's going to happen, okay? I really think you're dealing with somebody who is all about themselves. And I don't necessarily mean it in like a narcissistic way. I just mean like they're trapped in their own little world. And I meant to pull this card for you too. What you don't see coming is focus. You'll be focusing in the middle of this month. And it's easy to focus, really, if someone's not talking to you, right? I mean, so let's look at this focus card, and we can move on with all of this and get back to the other oracle cards. So focus is card 17. It's telling you that with focus, you will achieve what you want. You need to focus. Okay, and because this person is not talking to you, you may be just, in your own world as well, focused on your work and trying to achieve certain things in your work. And it says to achieve anything, you must focus, take aim, and let go. Okay. So you see this woman on this card with this bow and arrow, like she wants to shoot a specific target. So she's focusing on that target and she takes aim and then she lets go. She doesn't run after the arrow and make sure it lands on. She just has faith that it's going to land on the right target, right? Now, let's clarify your other cards. Okay, with your person, we have second chakra, Archangel Ariel, okay? So 36. This person is nurturing themselves. They're nurturing themselves so that they can open themselves up to the emotional intimacy that may be coming their way. So basically they're working on themselves and they're filling their own dry spots. Um and they're ready to receive the affection and camaraderie of like-minded souls around them. So it's almost like they feel like, you're not part of their clique, you're not part of their group, whatever. So they're kind of blocking you out and they're kind of working on themselves and trying to attract like energies, okay? For your energy, we get the thinking woman or man. Now, energies can be reversed, okay? You could be the one nurturing yourself, but you get the thinking card if this is your card, and you're just very focused on rational thought at this time. Another card, clarifying the high priestess of air. Now, with your person's moon card, we get the goddess of the moon. Now, you don't like how this person is like refusing to admit their feelings for you. It's breaking your heart to see them, not admit how they truly feel. And so with the goddess of the moon card, we get again intuition, going within. You're always blessed with this ability to connect, but this card is telling you that now is the perfect time to open up. Get ready for the amazing inspiration this brings. So this person's intuition is like working overtime. It's like working double time, or however you want to say it, like double shifts, because we have the moon and the goddess of the moon. So this person's intuition is into really high gear at this time. And some of the stuff this person may be saying to you is breaking your heart. Now, just because their intuition is active at this time doesn't mean it's perfect, okay? Some people can have dreams that don't make any sense or that aren't really all that accurate, and they think those dreams are accurate because they may have had a few accurate dreams in the past. And, sometimes people do get confused, but regardless of whether they're confused or not, some of the things they're doing or saying are breaking your heart. And so that is card 9. It's telling you to vent your feelings and release the person or situation involved. Affirm that you are reclaiming your power and peace of mind, okay? So some of the things this person was saying or doing were taking away your peace of mind, okay? Open your heart to the light of divine love and healing and have compassion for yourself through this difficult process. Make self-care a priority now. As you let go of old experiences, you can open your heart to the true and abiding love that you so rightly deserve. So it's basically telling you to take care of yourself. This person is nurturing themselves and it's telling you to take care of yourself. You may not know how to nurture yourself yet at this time, but you're learning how to take care of yourself. Now, to me, there's a difference between self-care and nurture. Self-care is basically meditation, stuff like that. Nurturing is loving yourself and, being there for yourself and maybe even giving yourself a hug. And this person is nurturing themselves. You're being encouraged to take care of yourself and, to let God in so God can heal you, because you do have a true love coming in for you, but I don't think it's this person, okay? Like, I think you got attached to this person and you need to let them go, okay? It kind of reminds me of that movie. There was a movie called I Am Number Four, and there was a guy in the movie who was very attached to this girl. And I'm not saying this is your energy. I mean, this could be your person's energy. But the guy who was attached said to the girl, he said, I have a problem when it comes to you. And she said, well, yeah, you need to get over that. Or however it was she worded it. Teenagers can be mean sometimes, but what she was really trying to say is he needed to move on. Now, this person, they're very rigid when it comes to their magician in the mirror. So, this could be something else they're not willing to give up for you. This person may practice magic and they're not willing to give it up for you. They don't want to give it up for you. This person's very old, like their soul is very old, and they have a certain way that they do things. It's like, I'm thinking like old beliefs, and I don't mean old beliefs as in like the Victorian age and stuff like that. I just mean like everything has to be a certain way in order for certain things to happen. This is an important and powerful time for this person. So they're transforming their difficulties into great blessings at this time. They're going through a period of transformation, and they're claiming their power and embracing their intentions in their heart in their daily life. They're directing their destiny, and the midst of the future will clear into brilliant reality. So basically, they're trying to like get through all the fog and all the crap that they've been through in their past. This person's been through a lot, okay? They've been through so much, and that's why everything has to be a certain way with this person. It kind of reminds me of somebody who's like, always keep the doors locked at night. Well, everyone does that, right? But this person may check the doors like 2 or 3 times. They may have some sort of OCD thing going on or a ritual thing going on. And some people would be like, oh, it's a ritual, that's magic, but not necessarily all the time. I mean, this person has some sort of rituals they follow, they're very rigid. You have this attachment to them, and it's not love. You're mistaking it for love, and it's not love. Attachment is wanting to take care of people and solve their problems for them, and it's not respecting them, okay? It's not respecting the fact that everyone has a divine life path that they must take. And the thing is when we try to solve other people's problems, we usually get blamed for their lives if things don't turn out the correct way. So we go from like savior to victim, and it's really not a healthy thing to do. But sometimes we get caught in these attachment patterns by the way people treated us in our family. This could be you or your person. Somebody has problems with attachment, and are you living in fear, addicted to old unhealthy habits, or so desperate about the future that you can't be happy now? If so, the chains that bind you could be of your own making. This card is telling you that it's time to take the action you need to break out of your chains and move forward to an open, free, healthy, and authentically happy life. It may take some courage and effort to let go, but know that you are capable of doing it. Until you do, the difficult energy will just repeat itself, keeping you stuck. So until you let go of this person, even if this person ignores you, if you don't let go of this energy, other people that are like this person possibly are going to come in your circle or are going to come in your life, and you're going to keep repeating this same cycle, this same lesson. And this person, through meditation, they do have a victory. Okay, they are going to get over you, or you're going to get over them. Somebody's going to have a victory. Okay. They may realize something during meditation or have some sort of epiphany. And it's not that, they're happy that you're not happy, or anything like that, or that they're full of themselves or what. I don't know how to word it. I was watching a reader this morning, and she was talking about how people thought that a certain sign thought they were better than everybody. It's not that this person thinks that they're better than you, okay? It's they're enjoying a sense of accomplishment, and it says people expect outer triumph to bring great changes, but often there may still be inner work to do. Let yourself be open to victory on every level now. So even though this person has been working hard, it still needs to translate to all areas of their life. You know, it can't just be one area and then neglect another area. You can't just eat healthy and then not exercise, or exercise and not eat healthy. Everything has to connect. Success has to be in all facets, in every level. It says, let yourself be open to victory on every level now. So even if this person gets with somebody else, there's still going to be inner work they have to do. I mean, healing can take a long time. There is a tarot reader on YouTube who has done 6 years of healing work. 6 years. I was impressed. Like I was shocked. I was shocked to hear that somebody had been working on themselves for 6 years, and it inspired me. You know, it honestly inspired me. But you just want loyalty from this person. So we have strategy, and it shows a picture of journal logs. Some of you could be journaling. Like you're trying to figure out what makes this person tick, maybe how to get them to do what you want them to do. And it's about making a plan. It says, write about the direction you want to go in, consider any potential change in course that may be needed. Be aware of the particulars regarding your goals and have some conscious plan in mind. Structure the short-term goals needed to make your long-term goal a reality. This card is telling you to spend some time setting things in order. It's time to take full control. Add thought to action and set your sights on the road ahead. So basically, this reading is telling you to take control and you to take action. You know, that's what this reading is telling you. And you know, with the adjustments and things of that nature, it may be that in order to get this person's loyalty, you feel like you have to make some adjustments to the previous plan or compromise with them. Let's get some more oracle cards out. I'm going to get your abundance cards out, okay? Because I feel like, you know, your abundance cards are what's really going to make this reading. They're right in front of me. Sometimes the thing we're looking for is right in front of us. Divine abundance. Okay, Sagittarius. Let's get some abundance cards on this. I don't know, you know, this kind of reminds me of when I was in the 5th grade. When I was in the 5th grade, we had a school dance, and I had never been to a school dance before. And there was this guy I liked named Justin. But Justin didn't want to go to the dance with me. He thought I was icky. You know, like he thought I was icky and gross and all that. And there was another boy named Rex who wanted to go to the dance with me, and I was happy to accept his invitation. But then my best friend Jamie, who was another girl, told me that I should play games with Rex. And she said, "Don't immediately accept his invitation. You'll look desperate." And she said, you need to write him a letter, and you need to tell him that if Justin does not take you to the dance, you will go with Rex. You know, basically letting Rex know he was in second place. And I really didn't want to do that, but Jamie insisted on it. And Jamie, to me, just gave some bad advice, because Rex was a nice guy, and Rex didn't really deserve to be treated that way. So, you know, if somebody is treating you like you're second best, you know, you really don't deserve to be treated that way. and you should move on, right? Wow. So you both are going to be free, okay? But I'll just read all of these cards as if they're your cards instead of separating them like I was. Because of that high priestess, or the water and the air that we had earlier. The high priestess of water and the high priestess of air was just what caused me to separate it. But you have limitless, see yourself open to receive in the most miraculous ways. The divine can use anything and anyone, okay? And divine love, when you offer everything to the divine with detachment, you begin a love affair with spirit. So it's telling you to get close to God, okay? Because God never lets us down, right? Like in terms of certain things that we want out of a relationship, God does not talk down to us or, abuse us. God loves us. God loves all of us. And God's not going to let you down. Acceptance, radical acceptance in the now opens the flow. So you need to accept this person, okay? You need to accept that this is just who they are, okay? That whatever they've been telling you, whether it's dreams or whatever, that this is just who they are, okay? It's a very hard thing to accept, but you just need to accept that for now, this is who they are. True offering takes what can be an unbearable cross and returns it to love. So you need to make your broken heart into an offering to God so God can fix it, okay? We also have receiving and detachment. Every day it becomes easier to receive the highest divine plan and to trust my inner guidance. God's going to help you with receiving detachment, okay? You're learning about detachment. With detachment, you finally feel whole inside, with or without the fulfillment of a particular desire. Ironically, that's often when it's fulfilled, okay? So here's the problem when it comes to relationships today. And this starts out in high school. In high school, people are like, well, if I just get skinnier, if I just look a certain way, I can attract my love to me. And if I just act the way they want me to act, basically, when you look at love that way, you're setting yourself up for conditional love, and you're also setting yourself up to losing yourself, okay? So it's not good to, do whatever someone else wants just to make them happy, because then through the process of attachment, you're losing a part of yourself. But if you would detach from this person, you could become whole and you could love yourself and things wouldn't hurt so bad anymore, right? We have liberation. The doubts and fears still come up. You don't believe anymore that they're you. So your thoughts are not you, okay? Your soul is you. Freedom. I no longer want this fiery ring of resentment to block the good. Release me from its bonds. So you're getting free, okay? And it's important that we release resentment and hatred, because when we have resentment and hatred, it causes us to be tied up to somebody, right? And sometimes we have to go through so many bad feelings until we finally don't care anymore. And that's what happened with me and my ex. Me and my second husband, we had so many arguments and so many fights where we both talked down to each other. Eventually, we just don't care anymore. And he doesn't even say anything to me anymore now as far as talking down to me. And if I say something bad to him, he doesn't say anything. So eventually, you do get tired of it. You do wear out. You do eventually stop caring about how somebody is talking to you. And that's when you let go of that person. We're going to get your crystal cards. And you've let go of that person by then, because if you hadn't let go of them and you were still attached, then you'd keep caring about what they said. But once you detach from them and you determine that they're not for you, then you're not working so hard to make them like you. And that's either your energy or theirs. I mean, somebody is trying to control somebody big time in this relationship. Somebody is trying to control somebody big time, and they're playing a bunch of games to try to control somebody. We cannot make other people love us, okay? We can only love ourselves. We can't make other people love us. And this person may love you and they may just be denying it. I don't know. If this person is constantly putting you down, I don't think that's love, okay? That is not love. Some people, when they put other people down, they do it to increase the activity level in their cerebral cortex, okay? I mean, I'm not trying to discriminate or be mean against people, but there are some people that have attention deficit disorder or ADHD. And what some of them will do is they will taunt friends, family, pets, because they're bored and they're trying to raise the activity level in their cerebral cortex. They're giving themselves a little boost in their head. And that's not love. That's somebody trying to wake up their brain. The solution for stuff like that is things like, ginkgo biloba herbs, talking to a doctor. I mean, getting medication. This person may need medication to help them with their problems. Because if this person, depending on what, and I'm not a doctor, but I'm just saying some people do better with medication, right? Me personally, when I am on an antidepressant, I am not obsessed with people. Like, I don't care, So they just have to find the right balance for them, or you may have to find the right balance for you if you're obsessed with them. Being obsessed with someone it indicates a problem in the ACG part of the brain. And there's a doctor called Dr. Daniel Amen who wrote a book. Well, he writes several books about how to heal brain damage and how to get better. And a lot of people think when I talk about brain damage, I mean, oh, they got into an accident or something, and that's not what I'm talking about at all. I'm talking about people with low activity in the cerebral cortex or something of that nature. So this person may need medication in order to leave you alone. They may need an antidepressant or some sort of medication. I don't know what medication they need because I'm not a doctor. But they may need to talk to a doctor so they can get on the right medication so they're not breaking your heart. You're going through wound healing. Time to take control. You're undergoing a vibrational change, creating links to higher realities. Visions of past lives suggest ways to address karma personally and collectively. And accepting the present moment as perfect, you create the space to heal. So it's basically talking about excuse me. It's talking about how you're undergoing some sort of vibrational change and you may not even realize it. You could be ascending at this time, but you're resisting it. It's almost like you don't want to go to a higher vibrational change and you're resisting it. Presley Bluestone. It's talking about using natural medicine for your ailments. Pay attention to your boundaries. Dig deep into the past, access your memories, and cut yourself free. Examine your deepest intentions and roots. Live in the present moment. And again, it's talking about being true to yourself, which is what I was talking about earlier. Being true to yourself is the basis of all well being, spiritual and physical. Because if you're not true to yourself, you're going to lose a soul fragment. And enough of us have already lost soul fragments that we had to retrieve. And not everyone's able to retrieve a soul fragment because they're so busy. Like me, like I sit here and I read cards. But if I was working a job like a cashier and I was doing full time, I may be so busy and tired, I'm not able to reflect and get a soul fragment back, just depending on my schedule. So you need to take advantage of this opportunity to be true to yourself so you don't lose any soul fragments, okay? We also have rose quartz. Rose quartz. It's talking about forgiving yourself. So if you did abandon yourself, forgive yourself. Loneliness is at an end. Emotional blockages dissolve. Do not accept blame. Recognize that unconditional love and friendship draw exactly the right people to you. Once you love yourself, you can give and receive love from others. Support is available in a crisis. Unconditional love is the greatest gift you can give to yourself or another. And we also have smoky quartz celestial. You have some beautiful crystals here. It's talking about being patient. Much stirs beneath a calm surface. Total transformation is close. It may entail a trip into the underworld. Your shadow becomes your brightest gift. Toxic emotions turn to positive regard. Ground your efforts in the everyday, but retain contact with higher realms. Success comes through dedication and trust in your abilities. Mentors are available. Release yourself from old attachments. Again, it's enchantments. It says enchantments. I was going to say attachments, but it says enchantments. She could have been enchanted by somebody. And it says take responsibility for your life. Don't let others take control. No part of you is evil or bad. Embracing your shadow leads you to healing hidden in the darkest reaches of yourself. Your crystal kind of reminds me of two people that I role modeled when I was growing up. And going back to the grandpa and grandma energy, my grandpa was very controlling, very dominating, very pushy. And in our family, if you wanted to be heard, you would act like him and you would be like him. But if you acted like grandma and you acted submissive, you would get talked down to and disrespected. So it was two different role models that I had. And that's why I grew up so messed up, like so confused, because I did not know who I wanted to be. And really, I don't want to be either person. I don't want to be really submissive and somebody's doormat. And I also don't want to be a bully, or somebody who talks down to other people. I don't want to be either of those people, even though those two people were the only loving role models that I had for me. And I say loving because, they were the best role models I could get. I could have had worse role models. But my point is no part of you is good or bad, right? There may be parts of you that are submissive and parts of you that are controlling. It's not that these parts are good or bad, they're just there. And if you want to work on them, you can, and if you don't, you don't. But it's all about loving and accepting yourself in the moment so that you can release certain things, because the more you hate certain parts of yourself, the more you're going to dwell on those parts, right? um We also have Brandenburg amethyst, okay? Again, you are perfect exactly as you are in this present moment. Step onto your soul path and seed your future with potential. Self-discipline and clear focus bring your dreams to fruition. Aim for the highest. You are perfect exactly the way you are. But it says you need to reframe um, previous choices that you have made in your life and take a new pathway to step into your soul purpose and expand higher dimensions of your soul. You also need to heal the past and let go of mental constructs, karmic imprints, soul imperatives, and relationships that no longer serve you. We have labradorite. This is such a beautiful stone. It makes me think of that name for that one dog, Labrador. Labradorite, okay. Now you need to beware psychic vampires. Ensure that you do not have a leaky aura. You face a temporary setback, but a sudden reversal of fortune is possible. Be careful what you wish for, it may come true. Raise your consciousness to the highest level. Labradorite indicates capricious love. I don't know how to pronounce that word. Capricious love. Giving your energy away is bad for your health. Establishing an efficient interface with the outside world will protect your well being. So, you could be dealing with somebody that's taking away a lot of your energy, and that's the person you have an attachment to or that has an attachment to you. And it is telling you to also to hold on to common sense. It is your most effective tool in assessing intuitions and acting on those that are valid. So I'm not saying that this person is a psychic vampire or an energy vampire. They could be, or they could have some qualities of that. Um, the advice for you is to use your common sense, right? And there was something else I needed to say, but I forgot. But yeah, you don't need to stay attached, okay, to this person because they may end up draining you and draining you and draining you. And what I was trying to get back to earlier was, be careful what you wish for because it might come true. Sometimes we wish for things and we think we want them, but then when we have them, we discover that we really didn't want them, okay? You also have Golden Healer. This is beautiful. So beautiful. I think Gemini got the same card. It's talking about understanding the quantum world helps you understand yourself. You create the event being observed. Allow your soul rather than your ego to be your guide. Recognize your potential to be an amazing healer. Much in your life needs transforming. Surrender willingly to the process. Someone clinging to the past holds you back, okay? Encourage them to let go. So, even though you're learning to let go of certain things that happened between you and this person, they may still be holding on to certain things you said. Like, you said this, you said that. Your advice is to encourage them to let go, okay? I'm not saying tell them to get over it, but to be like, okay, well, you need to let go so you're not in so much pain. You may be asked to transform your environment or take on a challenging task. Do so with grace and ease. Healing flows through you. It is a process, not something you do. So healing takes time, right? We also have rhodozite. Now, if I remember correctly, this is a card about how your environment needs to be cleansed. Yes, you need to put suitable crystals in the earth because there's certain energies that are disrupting your well-being. The ground around your workplace and your home may need healing and stabilizing by planting suitable crystals in the earth. So, some sort of earth energy that's interfering with things. Living in a healthy, stable environment creates a stable physical body. Okay. You could be feeling very sick at this time from karmic imprints from your past lives or emotional wounds. See, that's another problem with being around somebody that takes a lot of your energy. It can also start to affect your health, okay? Your own negative or thought or your own negative or compulsive thought patterns also play a part, as can those of other people directed toward you. Okay? So that's all I have. Sagittarius, your reading made me tired. I feel tired now. Whoever you're dealing with, I'm tired. Like, I'm tired of this. Like, my back hurts, my head feels foggy. Whoever you're dealing with, just makes me tired. Like, I don't know who this person is, Sagittarius, but they make me tired and I don't even know who they are. Um you need to create boundaries and you need to be true to yourself, okay? There are books out there on how to deal with certain people. I know a lot of people like to go to the bookstore, and they like to be like, oh, narcissist this, narcissist that. But actually, there are books about boundaries and about habitual line steppers and also about people that don't even know they're breaking boundaries, because not everyone is a narcissist. And it could be that you need to tell somebody about your boundaries, like don't call me after 7 or don't call me on weekends, some sort of boundary you need to place with this person. Like, I literally just want to lay down and go to sleep, Sagittarius. Like, what is this person doing to you? Like, I want to go to sleep. um, so yeah, you need to set boundaries with this person to be true to yourself because otherwise, this person's going to make you sick. If you don't set boundaries, this person's going to make you sick. They're literally going to physically make you sick if you don't set boundaries. They did an experiment a long time ago with 2 plants, and they had one plant that they said good positive things to, and the plant flourished. And then they had another plant that they talked down to and said mean things to, and that plant died. So, you need to think about your health at this time. And don't let this person try to guilt trip you and be like, "Oh, you're not there for me. You don't love me." Don't let them do that to you. Like, you know, set your boundaries and preserve your peace of mind, okay? Thank you.